What's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm Mike.
And I'm Britt.
And a couple months ago, we decided to do something kind of crazy with our lives. We decided that we wanted to become real estate agents. We embarked on that journey by going through a pre-licensed real estate salesperson class.
Yeah.
And what we did initially is we went through the first day and then we made a video about it, kind of giving our initial impressions. So we'll link that video up here if you guys are interested, if you haven't watched it already.
And we wanted to keep you guys updated with the process weekly or monthly, but that didn't happen because we got so busy with the course. So today we decided to make one video all about the class and what it was like.
Yeah, since we're all done now, we both passed.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make this video just kind of documenting what happened, and if any of you are watching right now who are maybe thinking about becoming a real estate agent or are toying with the idea and you're looking at this educational requirement before you can get licensed and you're like, what's that all about? Maybe this video will give you a little bit of insight, but we wanted to kind of go over some of the things we learned, some of our biggest takeaways, some of the things we were surprised about maybe.
So before getting your real estate license, you have to take a course beforehand, which is your pre-licensure real estate salesperson class. And here in Georgia, it is 75 hours. Now the course length will vary state to state. So just check if you're interested in doing it, how long the requirement is for your state. And some of these classes are offered online and some are in person or a mix between Zoom and in person. We decided to do a in-person class and we're really happy we did.
Yeah, there's just more accountability that way. Like for our class, we were kind of required to be in class or at least attend on Zoom. We're expected to do the homework and the quizzes. Plus there's an instructor you can meet with face-to-face, and at least in our case, our instructor was extremely knowledgeable in a whole lot of areas in the real estate business. He had been an appraiser before. He had worked on the lending side. He had done some commercial business. He's done a lot of residential business. So he just had a good overall knowledge of almost everything. Our classes were 4 hours long, 3 days a week. 2 of them were at night and one was in the morning.
On the weekend.
So 12 hours a week total. Typically we would stay we get there early, but we'd stay 15 to 30 minutes after class just to ask questions and talk and things like that. On top of this, we studied between 2 and 8 hours a day for this class, and that may have been overkill just because Brittany and I did so well in the class, but there's just so much to know. We felt like it was kind of necessary to do
Yeah,
this.
we felt like we had to study to get all that information into our heads.
When I was in high school, not to go too much off on a tangent here, but when I was in high school, I memorized a lot of stuff, and I have forgotten the vast majority of it so far. So for this class, I really wanted to understand what we were talking about. So that just required a lot more studying, I guess, and like reading into the details and things like that.
So our costs were $429 per person, which totaled $858. And that included the books, the materials, the slideshows, like everything was included in that cost.
So the cost is something else that's going to vary state to state or class to class that aren't all the same. And some of the classes are free. Like I think Keller Williams offers something where they'll pay for you to go through class.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's other brokers that'll do that as well. So just look into that.
But that's not everything we paid for to get licensed, however. So the funny thing is, I'm licensed, but Brittany's not yet.
Not yet.
So-
I had to wait to get my test time. So when I had a free day off of work.
Yeah. So there are a lot of other costs involved in getting a real estate license. This is not the only one. So if you're interested in like how much we have paid total or how much we will pay total for both of us to get licensed, we're going to make another video about that. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are interested in watching it.
So with all that out of the way, we wanted to go over some of the biggest things we've learned while taking this class. Number one is our first impression of this being more of a legal class proved to be true. So there was a lot of real estate law in this class.
Some of the chapters in the book dove into other things, but the vast majority of this class kind of surrounded law or legal aspects of different things. So we went over things like property rights, ownership rights, title transfers, legal requirements for a deed, agency law, contract law, license law, different types of liens that can exist on a property, how those can be created, how those can be terminated, different types of estates you can create, and a lot more that we won't bore you with.
Yeah, but you get the idea. There's a lot involved in it.
So no joke, I mean, this class felt like it was like a real estate 101 class that you could take in college over the course of 2 semesters. But in our case, it was over the course of 6 weeks. And instead of becoming lawyers, we're just becoming real estate agents.
And number 2 was we underestimated and underappreciated the amount of work and time and studying that would have to go into taking this class.
It has been a lot of work. Like we said before, between 2 and 8 hours a day that we're putting into this every single day, like every single day of the week for the past 6 weeks or so, 7 weeks. We have been studying in one aspect or another for this class just because there's so much to cover.
Yeah, and that's why we haven't been able to make videos and update you
Yeah.
guys continuously through this process.
Yeah, so if you've wondered why there's been like a 6 or 7 week break between now and our last video, that's why. The third biggest thing that we kind of took away from this is that we're learning, like you're kind of learning a different language in this class. If you're not familiar with law at all, or like legal aspects of contracts or things like that, that's pretty much what this class is, or a lot of it is about.
And also, once you start understanding the terms and concepts, they all build on each other. So it's really, really imperative that you get that good foundation of understanding the terms when you first start the class, because they will build on each other. At least it did for the class we took.
Yeah.
So the fourth takeaway we had was there's a lot of categorization and separation needed when you're looking at the different ideas and concepts in this book. And a lot of the concepts, at least in the book we had, were a lot of legal words and a lot of rights. And the definitions for these could be similar, but they had profound differences when you applied them to the real world.
Yeah, so 2 different words, similar definitions, but the differences in those definitions made a big difference. So for example, appurtenances and tenements. We're not going to go into what those are
Yeah.
for obvious reasons, but that they're not, just so we don't bore you.
Yeah.
But if you're studying to become a real estate agent, or if you already are a real estate agent, I'm sure you already know what these are. It's like one of the first things that you cover. All tenements are appurtenances, but not all appurtenances are tenements. There's also a difference between real property and real estate that Brittany and I were not aware of when we first started this class. They're very similar, but very different as well. Stuff like that. But it's important to properly understand the differences so you can serve your clients better. Which leads us into number 5, and that is that the image of being a real estate agent that Brittany and I had before we started this class was very different than the image we have now after going through it. So the idea that Brittany and I had going into this class of what being a real estate agent looked like was very similar to something you see on HGTV, like Property Brothers or Flip or Flop, TV shows like that.
And that's just one part of the picture. Now we realize there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see.
For example, the importance of knowing about title defects or easements on a property. Those things are very important. Understanding the legal obligations that each part of a contract obligates each party to when entering into that contract. What to do in sticky scenarios where a contract may be agreed to by both parties, but one party doesn't necessarily receive notice of that agreement. Stuff like that. Okay.
So a big realization I had during this class was a good and prudent agent can save you a lot of time, money, and legal hardship later on when it comes to buying and selling property. And they can be a huge asset to you as well.
And the 6th and final thing we're going to go over in this video, this class kind of required a little bit of a lifestyle change for Brittany and I. And this is something to keep in mind if you're thinking about going through something similar, at least the in-person version like Brittany and I went through.
Yeah, and possibly online versions may take a little bit more of your time as well when you're at home.
There's just so much to learn. Like we talked about before. I mean, our book was probably 300 pages long, 20 chapters worth of information you have to get through. And it just takes a long time if you really want to learn it. Even if you want to memorize it, it's a whole lot of stuff to memorize. Between going to class and studying and like all the other stuff we had to do and just regular life stuff, we hardly had any free time. So something to keep in mind. This doesn't last for very long, 6 weeks in our case. So it's not like it's going to be a long-term thing. But this does kind of feel like you're running a marathon, but you're having to sprint the whole time.
Keep in mind, it is temporary, and you can't get through it.
Yeah, like Brittany's and my sleep schedules got thrown off a little bit. Our eating schedules got thrown off a little bit. There were some nights, especially during the week when we had class, we were not eating dinner until 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night just because we weren't really getting home until then.
And of course, that may not apply to everyone, just depending on the type of schedule you pick for your class. But I also want to let you know, if you are working full-time, this is absolutely doable. I was able to do this while I was working full-time, so.
And with that being said, guys, that wraps up the 6 biggest things that Brittany and I learned going through this pre-licensed salesperson real estate salesperson
Class.
Kind of a mouthful.
It's
the
a
name of the class,
mouthful.
but yeah, we hope this was helpful. If you were curious about it or curious as to what Brie and I have been up to, or if you're looking into something like this yourself, we hope you got some takeaways from this. We appreciate you watching.
We'll see you next time. Bye.